Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Katrina Garrett and I am back with yet another message. I am going to talk to you today about self-discipline and willpower. Self-discipline and willpower. Now, my question to you is, what is your 30 day? What does your 30 days look like? What can you commit to for 30 days? And so, yeah, that is what I'm going to talk to you today about. But first, I want to add to your spiritual garden. And I am going to start off with Hebrews 12th chapter, 11th verse. And it says, "For the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." So self-discipline trains you. It trains you to get better. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. But look, I have another scripture for you, and that's from Proverbs chapter 25, verses 28. And it says, "A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls." That is profound. It's like a city broken into and left without walls. And I believe what that says is that when you don't have self-control, you can get out, just be almost like water, just flowing everywhere. You don't have any boundaries. You don't have any boundaries. And you know what? We all can use some self-discipline in some areas in our life. And so that's what I'm talking to you today about. That is my challenge to you. What is your 30 days look like? What can you commit for 30 days that could make you into a better person? That could bring out something great in you. You know what? A lot of times we get so used to being in this whole comfort. It's like our comfort zone, and you get comfortable with it. But if we kind of say, look, I want to change and I am going to get disciplined in this area in my life, and I know it's going to take work, I know I'm going to have to push myself, it could be done, and it's going to be all worth it. It's going to be all worth it in the end. So to start off, I want to give you the definition of self-discipline. And it says, the ability to control one's feelings and weaknesses, the ability to pursue what one thinks is right despite temptations to abandon it. So it's something that we know that is right to do, but we have to resist the temptation because of that comfort that's come from that. Remember, it's like a habit. It's like a habit. And the reason why I was saying 30 days is because it takes 30 days to break a habit, and it takes kind of 30 days to have a habit, to actually gain a habit. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And so I've done some research. You know, I always kind of go around on the internet, and then, of course, I add on my own wisdom, and I came up with some suggestions to help you what your 30 days is going to look like. What is your 30 days? What is it that you want to change in your life? And you could do it for 30 days, a commitment for 30 days. And so, yeah, come on and roll with me. Come roll with the sister, okay? So, first of all, I want to say that you have to find out. Let's see, I think here I have here is find a reason. Find a reason, and that is going to motivate you. So to get it motivated, you got to find a reason. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to change? For what reason? If you fly off the handle every minute, it might have been a damper to your relationships. Maybe that's damaging your relationships. If you need to have this self-discipline to be able to control what you say, that's going to also help with your relationships. And it's going to help you feel better about yourself. It's going to help you feel more in control of yourself and not let every little thing get to you. Okay? What is a reason? What is your why that you want to change for this 30 days? And we can all use some changing. We can all use some improvement. So what is your why? And so I do have some suggestions here. Okay. So yeah, we talk about our anger. We talk about that, but how we speak to people, how we talk to people. Okay. That could be something that we be willing to change, and that we have to be really mindful of what comes out of our mouths and how we respond to things, and how we allow things to get us really upset right away. Okay. That could be something. Also, maybe you're going somewhere like a class reunion or something. You want to be fit. Okay, that could be your reason why that you want to just start really taking care of yourself. Okay, because you want to be prepared for that event. Oh, we hear that a lot. Okay, as far as a wedding, we know, ladies, we know if you get married, you want to look especially nice for your new husband, and you want to just make that day where you feeling fabulous, and so you want to get your body in shape. That's a reason. That's a why. That's a why you're going to discipline yourself in your eating. That's how you're going to discipline yourself in how you're taking care of yourself. You're taking it up another notch. Okay. Another one could be, okay, you want to get some property. Okay, I know I'm on that journey. You want to get a piece of real estate. You want to get that home. And so your motivation might be, I got to get my credit together. How do you get your credit together? Well, that means I have to really curb my spending. I might not can be eating out all the time. I might not can just be spending haphazardly. I have to be really committed to what my savings is. Some things I might want it, but now I'm making a choice. I have control over that spending because now my reason is that I want that real estate. I want to accomplish that goal. And so I know what I need to do. And so that is a reason. That's one to motivate you. Okay. Also, a health diagnosis. Now, we kind of like we going, we eat, we doing all this stuff. And since the COVID-19, we've been inside. A lot of us, the entertainment, it's not been as much entertainment offered for everyone to go to. But if we got a health diagnosis, that's a wake up call. And so basically, sometimes that motivates us. If you borderline diabetic, or if you're diabetic and say, hey, I'm not putting up with this. And I know some people are like, I'm not doing this. So they do whatever it needs to be done. They could just say, hey, I'm not eating all that junk food. I'm not eating, maybe all that red meat and all those heavy meals, and going to sleep after I eat and all of that. I am going to work out. I am going to work out. I'm going to walk. I'm going to do whatever I need to do in order for my body to get back to those normal levels again. And so a lot of times health diagnosis, they kind of really wake up call, kind of get you going into the 30 days. 30 days. Okay. So those are some suggestions on what might motivate you. You might have something in your life that motivates you. Like I said, with the temper, with the anger, you might have to just put a curb on that self-control. You might have to say, I got to get disciplined and making sure my living area is together. I might have to get disciplined in maybe being to work on time. I have to get that together, or else I'm going to lose my job. I have to get disciplined in paying my bills on time. Whatever it is, you can do it. 30 days, find that motivation. What is your why? What is your reason for doing it? Okay, so think about that. Okay, next, because we're on this journey, right? Next is temptation. Now, as we're moving forward, we got it going, okay? We already know what we're going to do. We're going to do this for 30 days. We got it in our minds. We really focus, okay? Then we have the temptations to come in. It might be people in our lives that, they love us and everything, but they might not think of their journey as being important to them. Of course it's not, because it's your journey. It's what you want for your life. And so they might be temptations there. Okay. I've heard many a times of women who were trying to, maybe lose weight, and a family member bring food in, that they don't really, they know it's their weakness. Okay. And so, I'm not trying to do this, but you bringing this in, that smell good. And now I'm going to want it. And so, yeah, we have to have that. That's where that self-discipline comes in. We can't rely on other people to be on that journey with us. This is a separate journey that we're going on for us. So we have to get that willpower. We got to find it deep down inside. And that is that reason why. What is your reason why? You know what? That has to be powerful. It has to be passionate. What is your reason why? That has to take over. That has to be like really strong. And one way that you can actually help with that temptation too is that you got to pray about it. Like, okay, God, you see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to become a better person. And so help me get through this. Help me to really do this. Help me to accomplish this. And I truly believe that He will. Okay. So yeah, those temptations can be very, very distracting. And we know we always have distractions when we're trying to do something. Some always gets in the way. Okay. I would say even for me, I'm cutting out like the snack foods. But if somebody walked in here right now with barbecue chips, I'd be like, can I have a couple? So yeah, that willpower, we have to be able to have that. And don't worry, sometimes we get off track, and that's okay. Forgive yourself, get right back on. That doesn't mean that you can't do it, because you can. I know you can. We can. Whatever it is that we're passionate about, we can do it. Okay. Writing it down is next. Now, I don't know of those of you who've been on my Beautifully Seasoned podcast, I always mention about journaling. Even for my men out there, write it down. Write down what your goal is. Post it somewhere. Post it on the refrigerator. Post it in your bathroom. Post it. Write it down. It holds you accountable. It's so funny that I found a very old list of that. With journaling, you write down your goals. It was just a list of my goals. And I don't know what date it was, but it was a while ago. And I looked at that and I just had a smile on my face because it had on there about me writing a book. And I wrote a book. Now, many, many years later, but I actually did it. And so also it had, when I went to school, I got my bachelor's degree, got my master's degree. It had that down there. It had some places I wanted to travel. Some of those places I went to. Not all of them I did yet, but just to see that list and see it that, man, I wrote this some time ago, and now I see some of those things manifest already in my life. And so yeah, that was just like, wow. So that's the power of writing it down, power of getting it out on paper so that you can see it. And I am also very supportive of vision boards. I don't know if you have a vision board or not, but actually all a vision board is having words and pictures of things that you want in your life, and you just put them on a board and you put them somewhere. Sometimes people have it in their offices, some people have it in their bedrooms or whatever, and you just look at it and you get that image in your mind. And it's like kind of like a visualization type of thing. And that might help motivate you. That might help to keep you on course of what is it that you want to have in your life. So yeah, that temptation is big. Now, I want to just mention too that I remember TG Jakes saying this, and ladies, this is for you. And he said, sometimes you got to let the other sister, you got to let the other woman be prettier that day. You just may have to let her do that, because if you have something that you're trying to do, and especially if it's involving finances, you might need to hold on to your money. And so you might not can't roll with trying to buy all this stuff and it just get wrapped up into that. You might have to just say, no, I have something that I want to do with this money. I have a goal that I have accomplished. So you might have to say, okay, sister, go ahead, rock it, okay? But I can't keep up with that. Not right now. I have something in mind that I need to do that's more important. And then, not to go on a tangent, but this is another thing I want to say too. I think sometimes as women, is that we do invest a lot in our outer appearance, a lot in our clothes, and our makeup and our nails and stuff, and that's fine because I know it does look so beautiful and it looks very pretty and it looks very feminine. But we have to know that we're much more than that. I know I am, and so we know also that men are visual creatures, and so they want to see everything and everything out and all of that. But I'm just gonna say, because I'm a single woman, that I am more than that. I'm more than that outside. I'm more than what the clothes I wear. I'm more than just the makeup and the jewelry. I'm more than that. So I think sometimes we just have to say, hey, this is who I am, and just move forward. And I feel that the right man will come in your life and he will see more. Yeah, he'll see physically, it might be initial attraction, but I feel that he will see more of who you are inside. And that's what matters. Hey, integrity, that's big for me. That integrity, okay? And then the goals and ambitions and things like that. So when we're trying to spin and we're trying to do these things that's out of control, I think a lot of times they are for validation, and it's all for, someone to accept us. And you know what, ladies, I'm going to tell you now, you don't have to do anything to be accepted. You're fine the way you are. You don't have to go out and just spend a whole lot of money. Yeah, you want to be healthy. I do too. But I think sometimes we do go overboard because we want to portray ourselves in a certain way. And a lot of times it is for just to get the approval from men. And you know what? We love our men, I know, but you know what? They're gonna like what they like, and they can Instagram and see all that. I don't know. So this is like, we got things to do, we got places to go, we have people to see. Think about that. Self-discipline, what you need to do, and you have to feel good inside of you so that your choices that you're making, the discipline that you're doing for yourself, is just to make you a better person. It's to make you a better person. It's not for someone else to attract someone else to you, but for you to be a better person. And I feel that if you're happy inside and you're happy for who you are inside, and then that is going to attract the right person for you. And that's it. You're not, I know I'm not for everybody, but I'm for the right person. Okay. So yeah, keep that in mind, ladies. And then also for my men too. Sometimes we do look for outwardly things, and things are not of substance. But let's think about how we're going to be better people. What is your 30-day? What does your 30-day look like? Are you dealing with anger? Do you need to get a curb on that? Okay. Do you need to get a curb being on time to work? Health. Do you need to get a curb on getting your health together internally? Because whatever goes on inside is going to manifest later outside. So we might not see any outside evidence at all if we're not eating right, but eventually it's going to manifest on the outside. It's going to happen. Okay. So one thing that I do, I know you want this and I want this too. Then, when you retire, you want to be in good health. You want to be able to travel. You want to be able to do all these things, this free time, and do all these things that you've always wanted to do. You definitely don't want to have health problems. And so, yeah, think about that. So when we think about that, why? The reasons. We got that reason got to be big. And so, yeah, let's keep focused on that. Okay, so I did say write it down. Start small. Start small. Now, of course, if I say I want to lose 100 pounds in a month, that's going to be ridiculous. I know I can't lose that much in a month, but I can have little things that I can do along the way. As far as if I want to lose weight, I can start. If you have an anger problem, I could start maybe by just counting to 10. Man, this person really gets on my nerves. I'm going to count to 10 in my mind. I'm not going to react. I'm going to ignore it. I know I really want to say something, but I'm going to ignore it. And you know what? That ignoring, that's self-discipline right there. That's that self-control. I don't have to react to everything. I don't have to react to everything that you say. It might bother me, but I could just leave it alone. And that is powerful. And you know what? That shows strength. That doesn't show weakness. I think in our society, we think you have to go back and forth with someone. You have to do that. But if you don't have to do it. You don't. You can let them say it, and that's it. Okay. I'm telling you. So sometimes you could choose your battles. And we've heard that before. You could choose your battle. What is it your 30 days look like? What is it that you need self discipline and willpower with? What is it? So think about that. So starting small is big. I have here that the brain conforms to what is comfortable. And so if it's something, a habit that you've had, it's comfortable right there. So this is going to be a challenge. And that's why I said this is going to involve willpower. This is going to involve that you're going to have to really put some into it. That means it has to be a reason. It has to be a reason why you want this. It has to be something bigger. Okay? So yeah, think about that. All right. And my next point, what is your reward? What is your reward? And so you know that always this incentives always gets us going. So of course we know if it's losing weight, we know that we're going to be able to look good in our clothes. We're going to feel good. We're going to feel more confident. We are not really for everybody else, but what we are. And then we also know if we save some money, if we getting that property, wow, walking into that property that you get your credit together, you got your money together, and you finally got the property that you were flipping or whatever you want to do with it. You did it. And so, wow, what a reward, what an accomplishment. That's what that self discipline is going to do. That's how that's going to manifest in your life. It's going to be that feeling of accomplishment. And I'm going to tell you this right now, most of the professional people who are successful, they are disciplined. They are disciplined, really. They do. They have a goal in mind that they want to have, and they know what their reward is. I have a friend, and he said his reward, he just want to have that $100,000 in the bank. He said, that's all I want. I want to have $100,000 in the bank. I don't want to have to touch it. I just want it there. And I don't believe just having it there now. But I'm sure he's gonna have some things that he wants to do with it. But he has his spending under control. He doesn't, go out and just haphazardly just doing things just to make himself feel good. And a lot of times that's what we do. We spend money to kind of fill a void. We do that. I know I've done it before. And so, yeah, that is a goal for his. So his reward would be like, he want to look at his bank statement and see $100,000. And I'm like, that's fine if that's what you want to do. And he seemed like he's being on course. So, yeah, that's great. Okay. Also, this is a big one. You're going to create rituals and you're going to create good habits. And so think about you need to overcome some of the habits in order to be able to move on with this goal that you have in mind. With morning ritual, I'm telling you, I've read a lot about people who are successful. They have a morning ritual, whatever that is. You might want to get up earlier, or maybe an hour earlier. I know you've heard it before. You might want to get up and work out 30 minutes. Of course, you're going to get up early and just praise God for another day and show gratitude that you even woke up in the morning. We never want to just take that for granted. And then also, of course, with prayer, we want the morning ritual might be we have a smoothie in the morning or a very healthy breakfast in the morning. Maybe we run on coffee all the time and we say, I'm gonna have to really dedicate and really change my morning routine. And so, yeah, even putting that together and just having a morning ritual and a habit. And then also, if you wrote it down, you looking at that list or you looking at that vision board every day and you saying that's what I want and this is what I'm going to do today to get closer to that. This is what I want and this is what is going to happen. Now, another thing that I want to remind you of is that in your reason why it might not all be for you. It might be for people in your family. You might be doing this for your family. You might be doing it for your children. You might be doing it for your grandchildren. Whatever that is, it might just be for them. And then also, and this is a big one for me, what legacy are you leaving behind? I'm telling you, your self-discipline, your self-control, these passionate goals that you have, people around you are seeing it and they are benefiting from it. No, they might not benefit right away, but they're benefiting from it because they're seeing somebody in their life doing something wonderful, spectacular. I don't care if it's as simple as just monitoring your weight and whatever it is, they're looking at it. And I'm telling you this too. I work with children, and they look at everything, and they see and they learn, and they're like sponges. And so they see what you're doing. If they see you managing money, they're learning from that. If they see that you cursing and you have a lot of anger problems, a lot of times they adopt that as well. If they see you drinking and smoking all the time, they're going to start getting used to that, and they're going to mimic that. And we don't want generational curses going through our household. We in our families, the lineage of generational curses. So we have to be very intentional on how we live our life. We have to be very intentional on what we do in our life so that we can be, oh, I feel like I'm really low, so that we could be the best expression of ourselves. It's not just being for us, it's being for the people around us, it's being an inspiration for people around us. So we have to get out that comfort zone. We have to be better. And so having that willpower just to move forward, that willpower just to get rid of them old habits. Lying is a habit for some people who just lied so they can fit in, so people can accept them for whatever reason. We can get rid of that. Be yourself. Work on your 30 days. Work on your 30 days. We know that change is hard, and it is. It's very difficult because a lot of it is our habits that we've had for many years. But we know what we need to change. We know what we can change to be better. And so I just challenge you. What can you change in 30 days? What can you commit to in 30 days? Now, I know a lot of people fast. And so, yeah, I've been on a fasting before too. And that's a spiritual way that you can actually form that self discipline and really connect with God. And I'm telling you, it clears your mind, it clears your spirit if you give up something that you rely on a lot, and you give up on it. I mean, you give in, not giving in, but you just don't do it. Let's just say that. You just don't do it. And you fill that void with other things, whether it's devotions and prayer or whatever. And I'm telling you, a lot of people do see very good results when they're fasting. But, to me, fasting is spiritual. So if you're on that spiritual tip and you're something that you really want, you can actually work at that, and you can make it happen. You can make it happen. And so, yeah, 30 days. What can you commit to for 30 days? Now, listen to this. It says, you may hit the snooze button instead of going for that run or prayer. You may choose those chips over veggies. You may lose your temper instead of keeping your cool. It's part of the process. Forgive yourself and move forward. No one says it's going to be easy. And then it might be a point where you just get off trail. You just get off of it. And it's like you feel so bad because it's like, okay, after a week I was doing good, and now I'm back eating this way, or I'm back cussing somebody else out. You can get right back on that train again. You can get back on that train of victory. I'm going to say that, and just keep starting from there, because you know what? Old habits, they're hard to break. They are. And so, but we can do it. It's been done. And I'm telling you, if these people can do it, these big CEOs, and they've gotten that discipline together, we can too. You just as intelligent. You just as you do have goals and dreams too. Your goals and dreams are just as important as anyone else's. So whatever else you need to do to make it happen, all the time, I would say just pray about it and work on it every day. Where's your list? Put it somewhere where you can see it. Think about the people in your life that will benefit from it, even if you're just that role model and they see it. Like I said, children are looking all the time. They see everything that you do. They see what you say, what you do. And a lot of times they mimic it. Okay. So yeah, show them, leave that legacy, self-control, willpower, being the best that you can be. So yeah, thank you for joining me today in talking about self-discipline and talking about willpower. I know you can do it. You can do it no matter what. Just be focused and take it one day at a time. What is your 30 days? What is your 30 days? What can you commit to? So I encourage you to find my book, Standing Inside Myself, A Journey of Self-Love, Wisdom, Power, and Purpose. And you can get that on Amazon, and you can get that on, you get it on Amazon. And then you know what? It's also on Audible. So you can also find it on Audible as well. And you know what? I have my little bookmark here for my prayer, and it looks like my bookmark came out, and this is in my journal. And so it looks like I might just have to go on the memory of my prayer that I have for you. And so I think I'm going to try to do that. Okay. My prayer is you are blessed, prosperous, redeemed, forgiven, anointed, approved. You're not average and you're not mediocre. You are a child of the Most High God, and you will become all that you were created to be. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. And then also, if you have any comments, I would like you to just email me at standinginsidemyself6 at gmail.com. I look forward to even hearing your responses. What is your 30 days? What is your 30-day goal look like? You can do it. I know I'm working on many things right now, financially, physically, spiritually, whatever it is, we can do it. All it takes is commitment. And don't forget the legacy that you're leaving. Don't forget the legacy. And then it's all going to be just being a better version of yourself, okay? So think about that. And I will be seeing you next time. I hope that you just send me a message and tell me what your 30 days is. I would love to read it. Thank you so much. Love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.